They don't tell you the hours you got to put into yourself. They don't tell you the struggle, the loneliness, even the sacrifices of all. We're just trying to give you guys a realistic expectation of what this is, but
that's what I want to. The key word, like expectation. That's what kind of the word that we want to base this episode around.
Through what we have experienced, I think we all have experienced some sort of dilemma.
Mental struggle. We've all struggled.
And I think all of us sharing our problems is going to help you guys simply understand what it truly is like. Because we don't see this enough.
Because honestly, I think you won't really know what it is about until you actually get on the self-improvement journey. You won't understand how hard it is.
That's what I know. That's so true. You'll hear people talking about it, but until you get on yourself, that's when it is. I feel like we should start with sacrifices.
Do you think we should go in a full circle and explaining our worst struggle, or
let's just talk about what
we could, or
like sacrificed.
Or Mike could start us off.
Mike,
this was your idea.
Mike, why don't you give us your story?
I'll give us our story first. Is with the podcast. We've been doing this for how long? Like 9, 10 months.
Probably close to close to a year maybe.
It's a year.
Not yet. What?
It's November, right? We started
close to a year.
We started in January, February,
something like that.
Dude,
you guys started.
Dude, it is almost a year. He's right. It's almost a year.
It's almost been a year, and look how far we've.
And it doesn't even feel like it.
And like the viewer, they don't know like about the arguments that we've had, the struggles that we've had, all the preparation, the hours that we've spent, not even recording, just talking about things that
even after the podcast, we would stay up until like 1 a.m. sometimes. 1 a.m.
We would stay up.
And don't say we used to. We still do. It's like that still, bro. This isn't a thing where once you start to see that build-up of success, you stop all of a sudden. No, like if anything, we're close to pushing more hours in now because of all the new editing tricks we're trying to learn and all the new thumbnail things, everything like that. You can't stop. Of course. Once you get to this point.
Yeah, we're definitely not perfect though. Like we definitely have a lot of work to do still.
I think we should remember the first video when we tried posting it.
If I could, I would bring up bring back the first ever clip we made on Instagram. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I recently archived it just so if anyone's no. I left it on the page. What I did, remember you asked we had what I did is
I did the same thing, Yeah,
I left the first 2 clips. And I'm actually, I think we should put them up just to show them like what we started and how far.
We're gonna play that right now, guys.
I was in like a dark forest. He couldn't see anything, but he had this guardian angel with him.
I think that's my greatest accomplishment. Leaving those 2 clips. It's kind of just a reminder for us, dude.
The first time, when we did first post our video, we were actually so hyped and so excited.
Yeah, but do you remember how long it took?
Yeah, it took us like days and weeks.
We had to call our friend Mo to help us post the video because it was like 12, right? We were struggling to post it.
We were at your guys' house, right?
Yeah, you came over, we posted, and I even have that video.
Yeah.
I was like, we made it, boys. Or I think Josh was, and I was like, we made it, boys.
Let's go.
We made it, baby.
It was just so exciting. Our first ever video, our first ever podcast. And did you remember before we posted that video, we were rewatching, so everything was fine? Yeah. And we were like laughing because like how many times we were just messing up when we were talking, using the word yes.
Josh came in like the fucking one day. He's like, you guys said this many times. You guys said like this many times.
Writing it down.
I had it on my phone. I had it written down in notes talking about that.
And we still do. You know what I mean?
And that's okay. Yeah, of course. And that's okay.
But I think, especially for the topic we want to talk, I think we should definitely delve into it before that first episode released, because that's what the audience sees. Like, this is the whole point of this video, is the audience only saw the first video. But if you guys recall, especially, I think it was me and Sash versus the brothers versus brothers logo debate.
Yes.
I don't know. That was probably the most.
I wouldn't have said.
Were you in it? No,
I don't think it was a brother thing. It was me and you.
Yeah,
it was me and you. Don't bring them two into it. It was you
two. Nah, but dude, if you're gonna bring up the logo, fuck that. Talk about the LED light.
Thank God I wasn't there for that shit,
dude. 1 whole fucking month of LED light.
It was like 2 months.
Yeah, and then once we get the shit figured out, 2 months later we have to switch into this room. Fuck that, bro.
And next thing you know, the first thing they said, the lighting isn't good, and we did all that for LEDs just for the light to look good.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, you guys can literally they can watch our first episode and see the lighting. It was green and musky. It's like musty in there.
When sometimes I forget who the guest was. There was a guest that came in here once. I think it was Michael. He said, I asked him, like, are you familiar with our videos? He said, yeah, I watched your first one. I cried. I cried, dude. I actually fucking cried. I was like,
wait, cried with what? Like, how did he cry?
No, I cried. What the fuck? Out of all the videos, you chose to watch the very first.
It actually is the one that if you search us up on Google, that's the video.
No. I'm actually so proud of that video, though. Me too. Even though I wasn't even in it, like the preparation and what it took to get there is actually.
Remember before we even started filming, like we literally had to set up what we were gonna say, how we were gonna start it, and then like I mean personally, I was like the first time we recorded. I wasn't even like I couldn't say anything because I was like really camera shy and I didn't really know what to say. Yeah. And then we kind of like stopped that video. We went out to eat, and then when we came back, I kind of like started like opening up and started speaking more. But like it was just a struggle of getting used to the cameras and the filming, and us just giving like because we really wanted to inspire people, and it was really hard for us to do everything in a. Complicated because like the cameras are filming, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to say, and then it was a real struggle, bro.
Yeah,
I think it was really hard.
And it was 13 minutes long, that episode.
Yeah, and now
13 minutes,
like 2 hours sometimes. We
can't even stop ourselves from going 50 an hour, hour now.
Yeah,
over 1 hour.
Crazy.
Yeah, but anyways,
it's beautiful though.
I want to touch up on what it took, kind of like as far as what we sacrificed, because. I believe you guys came over once every Sunday, right? Or was it once every 2 Sundays at that time? Because we're saying like it took 3 months. Yeah, we're saying 3 months, but you guys only came over like once every Sunday, and we didn't have anything fully preparated. We literally just unleashed the first video when it looked like that, and that kind of speaks for itself. But every Sunday, you guys would come over. What did we have to give up? We had to give up hanging out with our friends. Yeah. Sometimes even missing some meals, especially for people who are.
You and you bitch, bro. You were fucking.
Oh yeah, I remember. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm bulking, but I'm missing my meals." So yeah, that is part of the sacrifice.
I did complain about that a lot. Yeah, I did not.
But you sacrificed it at the end of the day, so you know.
I did. It's time. It was sleep. It was literally
definitely sleep, else. Bro. I remember at the end of the episodes, like we'd all be talking, like you'd just be like so fucking tired. You have to go to school the next day, and it's like 1 a.m.
I'm not gonna lie. When you guys would stay until 1 a.m., I was out of bed at like 11:30. Done. I'm gone. Like I could not do that shit.
Yeah.
I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning every time. I don't want to talk about that, please.
Bro, like now that I'm thinking, no one really wants to do anything on Sundays. And we did it for every fucking Sunday. Think about it.
And we still do it every Sunday,
And we still do. And like the idea of this is that since we had this desire to get on this self-improvement journey so that we could teach other people, and obviously like most importantly do it for ourselves at first, is like that's the whole like motivation for us to come here every Sunday and film it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like what we learned and what we knew, we wanted to give it to the other people. Yeah. Like I think that's very powerful because you don't we don't even know like half of the things at all, right? And then we're just like giving what we have.
Yeah. What made this whole situation 20 times more difficult is not knowing a single podcaster.
Yeah. Right.
So we had to kind of learn everything.
We didn't even know each other.
We literally learned. They had to do everything.
Connections for that.
Yeah, we had no connections. Mm-hmm. Probably the worst part. If I were to say, because we learned, I'm sure we could have maybe even quadrupled our time if we had advice.
I don't know if I'd say. I think the worst part was us selling the first video.
But I do remember though in the beginning when we all said we were going to do podcasts and stuff, me and Georgie would come over during the week. Sometimes you were working and Josh was home. We would sit down, write down the topic ideas, like some of the guests that we wanted on in the future, what we would say, how the setup would look, all that kind of stuff. So that would be like the preparation before. Yeah, so we were all prepared when we released that one video. We have to know that all right, our second one is going to be this, so that way we're not thinking after our first video. It was all that kind of stuff
along
for preparation.
With the Wednesday meetings we did for
exactly.
Like an hour, 2, 3, even sometimes. I don't think it.
And keep in mind, me and Georgie were like 30 minutes away from your house and stuff, so we would drive like during the week.
That's a good that's a big sacrifice for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Sunday, 30 minutes. We would be leaving like at 12. We gotta get home, eat. Yeah, exactly. Then But dude, it's
You'll
beautiful.
never lose sleep Sunday nights, bro.
What?
Like we just have to expect to lose sleep Sunday nights.
It was just like
expectation.
I don't know. For me, like now that I'm thinking back, and like I literally have like every single memory in my head of every Sundays we had together, and it's just like beautiful looking back at. Like I could literally be doing something else, but I was so like motivated, and all of us were that we were sacrificing a lot of things for this. For this. Whole thing, you know what I mean? So, and also, dude, not to mention, like, I mean, not to mention that Mike was the only one that really knew, like, editing and, like, I'll be honest, I'm not really, like, a computer freak. Josh doesn't know that stuff, you don't. Right, so it's like, I mean, you don't even know. So we only had, like, you that really could, like, they were teaching us, and it was really hard for us, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't really, like, educated with this editing, and all of us had to learn, and we just, like, it was like difficult for us to edit the videos and release them on time that we had planned, like every Wednesday, and then
now we're here.
Dude, it was crazy. It's a lot of work.
I just want to say, like, you guys all, like, during that time too, like when I just joined, being with you guys and meeting you two especially, like you guys like saved me, I'd say, because I was in my self-improvement. I was, you know what I mean, by myself a lot. I didn't really have friends. Like